Tony Angelino. How's it going?
It's good. Everything's going well.
So, of course, you played the part of Tony Angelino in the episode Stage Fright in 1991. I know you was wearing an interesting outfit, but do people still recognise you?
Strangely enough, people do. But it's generally people who say, "Oh yeah, you owe me a fiver." You know, I do look a little bit different now. What hair I had left for the episode is mainly gone now. But apart from that, people do sort of recognise it. And it is very strange, you know. You get the odd people on the train sort of giving you a funny look and saying, "And I know you," and then sort of, you know, and then you sort of go, "Oh yeah, I know." And it is strange because I was only in that one episode of Fools and Horses, and yet it is obviously a very watched and loved program.
It is actually one of my favourites. It is. Not just saying that because you're on the show. It's just so clever because you're watching it and you don't get the hook until right at the moment when... Remind us, what's Tony Angelino's problem?
Tony Angelino is unable to say his R's properly. So he has a problem with his R's, as you might say. So he ends up having to sing a song, a Roy Orbison song, with in a duet with Raquel, and he can't say it. And the song is "Crying" by Roy Orbison. So of course, when it comes to Tony's solo verse and he hits the chorus, it comes out as "Crying," which of course is in the story it leaves Del Boy thinking, "Oh my goodness, I'm going to come a cropper here, and the local hood's going to get me." But it was great fun to do, I have to say, and the writing was you know, John Sullivan was a brilliant writer, and God bless him. And I remember him saying to me when we were filming it, he said, well, it was one of the most difficult episodes he had to write because he had to go back and check all the scenes that I was in beforehand didn't have words with R in. So that was quite something, I think, but I think he pulled it off.
Yeah, he definitely did. I mean, yeah. I love the bit where Raquel says he finished with the gwing guas of home.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and what was it? The medley of Wok and Wells says Rodney, or Wadney, as the character calls him. Yeah, the strange thing was that because I didn't know anything about this, my agent didn't tell me about this. The script just came through the post. My wife and I, before we had children, this came through, and I said, "Oh look, I've got a script." And she said, "What is it?" I said, "Oh, it's Only Fools and Horses." She said, "Oh." So we read it together, and it got to the bit where it was clear that the character couldn't say his R's, and my wife can't actually say her R's, so she said, "Is this some kind of joke?" And I said, "I don't think so, not at your expense." But then, of course, we read the bit about when Tony meets Del Boy and Rodney at the Sunlight Rooms, and goes backstage, and he goes through the whole rigmarole of taking off his shirt to reveal, you know, it's not a full suntan, taking off his wig, taking off his heels, and then taking out his sausage, his Matterson sausage, at which point my wife definitely thought this was a joke on me, particularly as, you know, he revealed when he took off his wig. But no, it was a great episode to be in, and so I feel very lucky.
I introduced you as Tony Angelino, but your real name is Philip Pope, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I don't go around, you know, answering to Tony, funnily enough. Although I would, probably, you know.
You didn't change it by Depot, then?
I didn't. But Tony Dowd, the director of Only Fools and Horses, said to me at the end of that episode, he said, well, Phil, you know, if all else fails, you can always fall back on singing in the nightclubs and around the country. So
yeah,
definitely. I haven't done that yet, but I wouldn't mind. It's quite fun. They were a lovely bunch of people to work with, I must say. Because by that stage, you know, they'd done about 7 series, I think. So this was the 7th series, maybe. And so it was already a well-established and well-loved series. And so I was a little bit nervous going into, you know, only going in for one episode. I was a little bit nervous, but I have to say that the cast couldn't have been more lovely and more welcoming and making you feel at ease.
Yeah, it must have been a great experience.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, because all of the cast were so welcoming, and also because they were, you know, so established in their characters, and you know, it was all you could do to stop yourself from laughing, you know, when you're supposed to be keeping a straight face.
Yeah, that must have been very difficult.
Yeah, because you sort of half go on there as a bit of a fan as well, you know. So doing this show, but it was great fun, and actually it still is a sort of family. You know, they do conventions and every now and then, and go around the country, and there's a very loyal Only Fools and Horses following, as I'm sure you know and have found out. And it's one thing you notice when you meet people who come to the conventions, and you know, they want to get an autograph or a selfie or what have you. Is how there's at least 3 generations of Only Fools and Horses viewers who love the show, and you see them, you know, people coming along, and you see how this has happened. How, you know, a family watched it, and then they got their children to watch it, and now their grandchildren are watching it, and it's a great, you know, testament to the you know, the longevity and just the skill and the stories, really. But not to mention the acting talent on show. But there you go. So yes, I felt it was a good, fun thing to be in, and you know, it's amazing, really, because as you say, it was 1991, so that's, you know, over 25 years ago, and yet still here we are, you know, talking about it.
And you can still laugh at it, so it shows how brilliant the writing was, and as you said, how brilliant the acting was. So
yeah, it's well, I mean, everyone in that cast was just, you know, top notch. The superb comic timing and just very well cast, I have to say, as well.
Great. Well, it's been great talking to you, Philip. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Thanks, Chris.
Philip Pope, Tony Angelino.